So it was Yitro who suggested putting judges out there. Why? Because no one knew better than he that humans don't know what justice really is. Because justice begins before you're born, it ends after you're dead. But humans have an obligation to make justice anyway. Why? Since we can't do real justice, and I want to give you a rationalist picture of why we can't do real justice, or are we supposed to try? So I'm going to first give you a rationalist picture of why humans can't do justice. Suppose I had a car, which I don't, and I got up in the morning and I saw someone stole my car. So what am I going to do? Someone stole my car. What? Call the police. So the police come immediately, and yeah, and even more humorously, they catch the thief. Okay, which car theft in Israel is not going to happen. Okay, so they catch the thief. What do I want to happen next?
You want your car back.
Okay, is that what happens in the legal system? No. Okay, I have to file a report, and there has to be a trial, right? Okay, will I ever see this car? Maybe, and maybe not. It could go either way, right? Okay. So forget about the fate of the car. So I'm in the courtroom, and I'm very upset about my car being stolen. It costs so much money, and it's like, and it's frightening, and it leaves me feeling vulnerable. What do I want his sentence to be? The judge is going to give him a sentence. Whether I'll ever see the car or not, who knows, but he's going to give him something. How many of you think 30 days would be a good sentence for car theft?
2 years.
You'd say 2 years. Okay, how many of you would say 2 years or less? How many of you would say more? How many of you would say none? No sentence?
Yeah, it's hard. Like felony, like what has had issues before? Does he have
No, clean record, but
Maybe he's just paying the money that the car costs, like maybe like a monetary thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or like maybe
He doesn't have it.
community service too, like.
Oh, maybe community service. Okay, so let's be lenient. He gets community service. He has to dish out food for how long?
A lot of community service.
So how much?
A year.
A year's worth of community service. He has to dish out food in a soup kitchen for a year. Okay, that'll teach him not to steal cars. Okay, we'll agree that that's fair, minimalist but fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say he has a wife. Gosh, she's in a pickle. Okay? He's not going to be bringing in any money because he's out there what? Dishing out soup. Did she steal a car?
No.
Is she going to suffer?
Yes.
Okay. They have a kid. The kid goes to kindergarten. Okay? The kids in kindergarten going to find out that his the father's a crook. In Israel, yeah, because theft is infrequent enough that it makes the news.
Really?
Okay, yeah, it doesn't make not the front page, but when they don't have anything much to write, that makes the news. Okay, so they'll say, yeah, your daddy's giving out soup. He doesn't have a job. Okay, the kid's going to suffer, right?
Yeah.
Did the kid steal a car?
No.
Now, the kindergarten teacher, right, she's dealing with this situation in the kindergarten. She has to teach the other kids how to be empathetic. She has to build up the confidence of the child whose father is a thief. She has a thing to deal with. Does she need this?
No.
Did she steal a car?
No.
Okay, she's going to come home tense. Her husband's going to say, hi, I'm home. And she's going to say, yeah, well, so am I. How come I'm the one who gets to make lunch? Did he steal a car? Okay, got this, okay. So we can't stop the chain of events. You've got this? So from that aspect, humans cannot do justice. So even when you think you have justice, it's not justice. And lots of times we don't do justice. Okay, clear? So why should we do, justice is not attainable by humans. So why do we even try? Since we can't do it right, why do we try? So I want to tell you the difference between the way the justice system works in halacha as opposed to generally. We don't think we could judge people. We don't even go there. All of the halachic system is victim-oriented. It's to do your best to get the victim back what they need. Therefore, community service would never be given for theft. That doesn't help the victim at all unless they need soup. Okay, clear? The only thing that a thief would do would be to pay them damages. Okay, how much did it cost to rent a car? How much is it, got the picture? It's victim-oriented. It's not justice-oriented. So let's picture two thefts. Okay, one is, let's say one of you would really like to have an iPod. Would really like an iPod. So you go into the department store with two people to create distraction. One of them pretends to have a heart attack. You escape with an iPod. Have people done this in the past? They have. Okay, we'll call this theft. So what would halacha say? Monetary compensation to the store. Got it? Mm-hmm. Now the monetary compensation go any place from the amount of damage done to punitive damages, which could be maximally 5 times more than the damage. A starving mother comes into the drugstore. Her child is burning with fever. She can't afford antibiotics, which again in Israel, the mind of socialized medicine, everybody had whatever, but pretend it wasn't. Okay, so she distracts the person behind the counter, dashes behind the counter, grabs antibiotics, runs out of the store, and she's caught. Okay, clear? She still has to pay damages. Why? Even though she certainly needs the antibiotics more than you need an iPod, right? Okay, even though it might have even been danger to life, it's not the druggist's problem. He didn't make the child sick. She could have gone to a charity agency, she could have pleaded with the doctor, she could have begged the druggist. But if she took it, she has to pay back. It's a different system. It's totally victim-oriented. So because of this, okay, because we're leaving justice to God and not judging people, only God could judge people, okay, the system, therefore, is very technical. It's a very technical system. It's about testimony, it's about eyewitnessing, it's about proof, it's not about sympathy. So you would think that Yitro's suggestion should be a very good suggestion, that there would be a whole court system, not just Moshe. What was wrong with the suggestion? There's a problem with the suggestion. From now on, Moshe, you only judge cases that nobody else could come to a conclusion about. All other cases you should find men who are intelligent, learned, above bribery. Okay, let them do all of the other judging after you teach them.
Because Moshe's not going to be around forever.
Moshe's not going to be around forever. But remember the story I told you before? There are things Moshe could see that other people can't see. He could make justice palatable. Okay, clear? So because of that, it was a great loss. A temporary loss, because he would have died. But the fact that the people were anxious to have other judges, they went for it. Yes! So I want to tell you why. And this was a flaw, and this goes back to our main topic, which this parsha is going to be rebuke. We don't like justice. Got this? Imagine if somebody could say, I will treat you fairly. How many of you would want to be treated fairly the rest of your life? You would. Not me. I want to be treated generously. I don't want to be treated fairly. I don't want that every sunrise I have an obligation to pay back for. I don't want that. It's too much. It's overwhelming. Okay, clear? So...
I think there's different, sometimes people misunderstand, like this happened, they misunderstood the definition of fair.
Right. So fair means measure for measure. What you get is what you give. What you give is what you get.
To be treated fairly in some instances.
Yeah, so would I in some instances where it's to my benefit. Okay, got it? So, next chapter, we're going to go further. We're going to talk more about divine justice. Have all your questions about, is it fair when, ready for next time. You're welcome.